Hey guys, guess what we're talking about this week?
What?
That's my intro. No, we just got back from it. I've got some stuff on it. Everyone knows what we're talking about because they clicked on the thumbnail. It's Jurassic World 2 Fallen Kingdom.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. We're talking about dinosaurs and shit. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Roll them credits. Welcome back to another episode of Tripod Talk, where we talk anything and everything about films. My name's Matt Lidster. I'm your host. And as always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Miss Sophie Ellis.
Hi.
Hi. And Mr. Adil Anwar.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Not bad. It's too hot.
We're
It's
roasting.
very hot. We're in the middle of a... I thought I might just put it out here just in case. There might be some background noise because we're moving about studios and stuff, but we've kind of got a little bit more room.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking forward to shooting some more stuff. We've been doing some, just in case anyone's been listening, they follow the royalty-free stuff that we upload and they use that. If they do, great, awesome. Yes, I lost my own train of thought because I went awesome, yeah. We've been filming a lot for the royalty-free video stuff. We've been getting some cool stuff there, and we've also been filming a lot with the Filmmakers Guide, so some stuff will be going up soon.
You're getting distracted. You don't have a microphone to look at. Like,
I
the
know,
actual
I'm looking
people.
around.
I
I'm
know.
like-
You're looking for people.
Just looking down there on the headset. But no, that's the situation. That's the haps. You know how it goes down by now. Also, we know that people are listening.
Yeah.
So
Please stop doing that each week, 'cause it sounds like
it's
people are listening all the way through. Thanks, all however many of you.
no, we do. It's just we don't actually acknowledge it sometimes. So I just want to say thank you to people listening because we know a lot more people have been listening
Well,
to us and our views on films and stuff. But as I say. There's a little bit of background noise, maybe. But you know how it goes down now. We talk about some film news, we talk about the film, and then we put that film through the 10-star movie review. So, does anybody want to start us off with some film news? Unless we've got a funny anecdote of the week. Has anybody got
You
any
really
funny
should
stories?
tell us these things in
Yeah,
advance if you're going to
literally.
do them. Like, what is this? You're trying to
I just
sabotage us.
I love catching you off guard.
I could have had a great one ready,
yeah,
but no,
it
you
doesn't
threw us
benefit
threw
any
off
of us
guard.
when
Now
you do it
people are
like
gonna think
this.
we don't have any funny anecdotes.
Yeah.
I'm full of them, mate. But not under pressure.
Right,
Actually, ask these guys.
I'll
probably
formally ask you before next week's podcast.
Right, thank
But,
you.
Yeah, sure.
Podcast.
I want it in writing.
Sure. So, yeah, film news. Anybody want to start us off? And guess who does have film news this week?
Oh,
This boy over
I feel
here.
like
Oh,
I've stole
triple
some of
film
yours.
news.
Probably. I've only
Yeah.
got two.
I'd know one of them.
I know
then.
one of them is as well, but we'll get to it.
Okay.
And actually, it's not the one that I'm thinking.
Is
'cause
it
I
not the
reckon we
Spider-Man
both-
one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Spoiler. Right, we'll go straight to the
Sorry.
Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
So, scroll through a minute. Tom Holland has revealed that SpiderMan Homecoming sequel is called Far From Home.
Which really excited me because A, sounds very different to everything else. B, I was very upset at the fact that it could have just been called SpiderMan Homecoming 2. That
Yeah.
would have really annoyed me.
I know they're shooting
But-
in London as well. I don't know if anyone else had seen that. So, you know,
No.
maybe I reckon they might do a joke where he uses his real voice and somebody says, like, God, is that even meant to be a British accent? Because Americans love that joke. But no, it could be alright. I'd like to see kind of London with some webcourt, like, flying about and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Homecoming's my favourite Marvel film, I think. Because we were
I
ranking
can't
them,
believe-
weren't
Yeah,
we?
we ranked them with Craig a couple of weeks ago, didn't
Yeah, I think just because
Mine's Suicide Squad.
I...
Right, that's just to piss off
Okay.
everyone on the internet.
I think because I never really liked any of the other Spider-Man films that much. And then Tom Holland is just...
Tobey Maguire wasn't doing it for you.
No.
He is a bit ridiculous as a, like, oh yeah, he's in high school. This
Yeah.
fully grown man who looks like he's got a mortgage and 3 kids.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited at that.
Yeah, and that's next year, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Hamster
it's
biting
Abby.
at the cage.
Oh,
Abby, a little...
you're right. Just move it, please.
Oh, you're going to see all the sweat down my
I'm-
back.
I'm not.
Oh, don't look.
You want-
Don't keep this on the podcast either.
Should I just scream? Oh my god!
She's dead.
Yeah, it spells die, Matt, die. What?
This could be the anecdote I just put in.
Yeah.
I'll just start screaming. Never mind.
I'm not looking, I promise.
What are you saying, Sal?
Dawn Times comes out during the day.
Well, you know.
I'll be looking for.
It's a good thing she doesn't understand English. She's a hamster. Don't tell Soph that, though.
I know, yeah. It's a living being to her. What is a living being? Fuck's sake.
Nah, it's not that
It's
bad.
only a little bit.
It's like a
but
little
that's because
splash
you've
to
been
the side.
leaning on it, yeah.
Not a splash. I definitely could have worded that better.
Why is that wet anyway?
Oh, I leaned on it for like a second, so that might be how sweaty I am. It's not, don't worry. It's probably from my glass of water.
Do you want me to move the lamp?
I forgot the lamp was there. I'm alright, it's just I fidget a lot, and I'm trying to get in a position where I'm not going to fidget.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah,
not-
no,
it's
you're
not
cool.
possible.
You can't hear any
Do you
fidgeting.
not hear my fidget?
No.
Right, you'll see I can fidget loud,
Oh,
mate.
Jesus.
Hey up. So
Word
moving
is
on, still with the superhero
Oh, yeah. Oh,
news.
no, you're not going to steal the...
I've got two superhero
Okay, go on.
plus size superhero Faith to get her own movie.
Oh, I saw, yeah.
Sony and Valiant Comics are teaming up to make the sci-fi loving geek with telekinetic superpowers Hollywood's first plus size superhero.
Well, that sounds... I saw the thumbnail for it. Well, it was just like a video talking about it, but that'd be good.
Should be interesting. I
I've
mean,
seen some enough superhero stuff.
no casting or plot details have been revealed though. It
Hmm.
just says that it's about a plus sized.
By the way, isn't the kid from Deadpool 2 a plus size superhero?
Yeah.
But technically a super villain.
Nah, he's a good kid.
Well,
He was good.
The
I enjoyed
adorable
him.
New Zealander.
And the other last little bit of superhero news is talking about how annoyed people were about Jared Leto.
Oh,
It is
you've
your
got this
news,
one.
isn't it?
Okay, I've got another bit of superhero news.
Oh, go on, I'm curious about this.
Jared Leto being the Joker, they won't be pleased to know that he is going to be in the crossover into Marvel territory, or at least Sony's Spider-Man spin-off realm, snagging the lead in Morbius.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He's had some sketchy allegations about him as well, so it's not a great thing.
Yeah,
that
it's
he's
not the
still getting
best.
work.
well, it says the story of Michael Morbius, a Nobel Prize-winning biochemist who tries to cure a rare blood disease using an experimental treatment that combines electroshock therapy and vampire bats. So
it's stupid Hulk. Like, because at least with Hulk they tried to
yeah,
make
there's a
out.
bit,
Yeah,
bit of
there's
vampire stuff
bit
in
of
They
there.
tried to make out there's some
Vampire
real
Hulk
science.
instead. But no, it's he's quite a smart character, and it should be interesting enough. To be honest, I don't see why they keep trying to push the whole, villain origin stuff. Just kind of let Marvel take over and do your deal.
Yeah.
But
What's your superhero news? And just while we're on the topic
my
of
superhero news is that filmmaker M. Night Shyamalan has revealed the first teaser poster for Glass. Hey.
Sorry, that was my first bit of news that I skipped.
Okay. Yeah, no, it just shows Bruce Willis as David Dunn, Samuel L. Jackson as Elijah Price, James McAvoy, sorry, as Kevin Wendell Crumb, a.k.a. The Horde.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's also, they're joined by Sarah Paulson, who's an American Horror Story, and she's also in
Yes.
Ocean's 8.
Mm-hmm.
As a psychiatrist who specialises in individuals who believe they are superheroes and treating the trio at a mental hospital. And it also brings back the girl
Yeah, the girl who survived.
who
in
survived,
the
yeah.
Split.
So that could be interesting. I'm looking forward to that, even though I hadn't seen... what's the name of the film now?
Split.
We saw Split.
Oh,
The other one.
Unbreakable.
That's the one.
George,
Yeah, I never
haven't
saw
seen
that.
either.
But I'm still looking forward to it.
Sarah Paulson's in an indie film called Blue Jay as well, which is really,
yeah.
really good. It's like a romantic film by Mark Duplass.
I love
that's
Sarah
just-
Paulson.
I've
Good
heard that name
recommendation out there.
recently.
Duplass, they're involved in everything. They're doing all the documentary series that are big on Netflix now. Like
That's
Wild
it.
Wild Country
Yeah.
and stuff, producing them. Yeah, those guys are geniuses.
Mm.
That's anything else?
Yeah, there's a poster that's like a first look of Quentin Tarantino's film,
Mm-hmm.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think it is. And it shows the leads of Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep.
So yes, it shows a cropped picture of them on their Instagram page. It has, obviously we've got Margot Robbie, which it said previously that she was cast in it. Tarantino has his typically loaded cast for this one, including Burt Reynolds, Scoot McNairy, Luke Perry, Damian Lewis, Dakota Fanning, Al Pacino, Emily Hirsch, Clifton Collins
Emil
Jr.
Hirsch, sorry.
Is that
It's a
how it's
guy.
spelled? Sorry, I didn't even.
It's alright.
Tim Roth,
Just
Michael
a lot of white
Madsen.
people.
Yeah, and it's coming out on the 9th of August next year.
Mhm.
Because you recently got me into Quentin Tarantino films.
Yeah, so we still need to watch a couple of more of them.
I think it's the only type of film, well, his films, where I can have a loaded cast and not get thrown out of it.
distracted,
Yeah. We'll see how this goes. And I think that's it. Other than quick news, Quiet Place's writer adapting Stephen King's The Boogeyman. Sorry, Dale, if that
No,
was your
fine.
news.
I'm loaded.
New Teenage Mutant Ninja
Hey-o.
Turtles movie in the works.
Yeah, I heard about that as
Christ.
well. To be honest, I do want to give them a chance. I just never got round to watch them, so maybe they might be alright. You never know.
Yeah, something I'm definitely not going to be watching. Yeah, I think that's the last bit of news I have, Dill.
Yeah, I've got a few quick ones. Child's Play, something we reviewed actually,
Oh,
really
Hey.
enjoyed.
hey.
One of our kind of best rated films early on, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's being brought back into an 8-part TV series. I thought you would have heard this, but
Oh,
no, yeah.
no.
The person who wrote the original story confirmed it on his Twitter, and the person who voiced Chucky in the original movies, who's called Brad Dourif, has been confirmed to return to the show.
Oh,
So very little comes out. 8 one-hour episodes is what we know so far.
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
It's
so that'd be
interesting.
curious.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that actually. I think it could be really cool, especially if they kind of, go hark back to the time and have a kind of, like that kind of age feel to it,
Yeah.
rather than just totally bring it up. I think that could be interesting. Following the poor performance of Solo at the box office, Lucasfilm are going to put all their upcoming Star Wars spin-offs on hold.
Yeah.
Did you have this story? Or
I had a
you
little
heard
bit
about it?
extra to that.
Go on.
That was to do with Star Wars, but it was to do. Oh, where's it gone? No, come back here. Yeah, still unsure what's happening with Obi-Wan Kenobi as well, because that was supposed to be its own spin-off film, rumoured. Now they're holding back on everything else, but now apparently it's... I'm not sure if it's actually been confirmed yet or not, because there's been some different reports about it, but he's supposed to be in Episode 9, and Ewan McGregor is
I've
coming
heard that,
back.
Yeah.
It was confirmed, and then now it's kind of not. But if they were to do any sort of Obi-Wan thing, I think they're not going to put it in cinemas. They're going to put it on their new streaming service that's coming out, and it's rumoured to be called The Playlist.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So,
Yeah.
yes. But yeah, to be honest, I'm quite happy they're not doing any extra Star Wars stuff, because I think even die-hard Star Wars fans like that, even though they've waited so long for films, are like, yeah, this is too much.
I enjoyed Solo.
Which is ironic, like, considering... yeah, I really like Solo
like
too,
Solo,
though.
yeah.
I think it was mainly because I was so surprised that it was actually good.
Yeah.
Like, really, we have a lot to say for going in with like rock bottom expectations. It makes
Yeah.
for a lot better experience with everything.
Yeah.
That's some advice.
Well, that,
Never be hopeful.
just speaking about Hereditary.
Yeah,
Going
God,
in with
man.
actually good
Ugh.
expectations.
Jesus Christ.
I'm still annoyed about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my kind of
Watched a bigger
add-on.
waste a couple of hours as the film today. We'll get to that. Yeah, teasing.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, we'll get to
No,
that
that's
later.
just my opinion. But anyway, the cast of the Men in Black spin-off, I hadn't heard about this at all, but it's going to have Chris Hemsworth playing the lead, a British kind of agent.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson is going to play a woman in it as well. She's in Thor Ragnarok, and I think she's in Creed and stuff like that. Kumail Nanjiani, who's the guy from The Big Sick and a
Yeah.
comedian in Silicon Valley, he's now joined the class. Liam Neeson's in it as well as the head of the
Oh.
British division.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's actually pretty stacked cast, and you know what? I'll probably be willing to give that a go,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I did really like the sense of humor of like the original Men in
Yeah.
Black. There's just a nice kind of like, it does a really good job of getting the balance of like stupid and real stakes, and like you never really kind of lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that.
The producer of Get Out, called Jason Blum, has said that he's not going to make a sequel to Get Out without having Jordan Peele involved, because there's been some kind of whispers about a sequel coming out. Jordan Peele's doing a film that basically people know nothing about other than a poster coming on his Twitter. But I don't know whether I want a sequel to that. I kind of think it works better as a piece in itself, and I'd like to let it go.
Yeah.
But I think I have that attitude about most things, and it's rare that a sequel really adds much, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a shame that people don't really know when to stop Same with, like, The
Yeah.
Quiet Place that we spoke about last time. It's just such a shame because standalone films, like, lose their sort of...
And we know it's just going to get remade in like 10 years.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
The way things are going.
They're always known as like, oh yeah, the first one's good, but you know, like, it's better to just leave films as they are rather than having to compare it to the second one. But
That's an interesting debate. Would you rather, if you could ever see certain types of films again, would you rather see franchise films? Like, this is based on, like, if you love the franchise, would you like to see franchise films again, or would you only watch solo films, like just like one installment and that's it?
one installment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, say for example, you could only watch films like The Quiet Place and Get Out, or you could watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not saying it as those examples, but like, say if you loved a franchise,
Anything that's got more than one film connected to it, or only individual
Yeah,
films.
so if
I'd
I
go
chose,
individuals in a
yeah,
heartbeat.
if I went individuals, I couldn't watch the Marvel films.
no.
Balls. Yeah, I'll still go with individual, I think.
I think you gain more from the experience of like a total one-off film where it like puts you in the world and the people, and you get some, like, you know, you can get a real expansion of your worldview from a one-off film, rather than if
Yeah.
you know, if you're just watching the Fast and Furious films, like, ooh, shiny car, girl in bikini,
Yeah.
window, like building gets thrown down, and then like
Yeah.
kind of, oh, next film, repeat the cycle. Whereas like you can watch a different film and like suddenly I have a real appreciation, well, not a real appreciation, but like I get what it was like being a slave in the 18th century, and then like you watch another film, it's like, all right, I get what it's like to the bone. I have a bit more of an understanding of being like
Yeah.
an anorexic teenage girl, which I wouldn't normally think I'd be able to kind of
So,
comprehend.
yeah.
that bit. Definitely the anorexic part.
What about you? Would you?
No, I'd still go the same, to be honest. When I said it was an interesting idea, I didn't realise how quickly I'd be able to choose between the two. But yeah, no, you just get so much more out of an individual film and story, and like specifically if it's character driven as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that's much better than any franchise.
We need to change this setup. I mean, like, it's a bit weird for me to like look over my shoulder when you're
Between-
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Maybe we need to get it at an angle
We'll
or something. or else
we'll
I'll
fix
still,
that soon.
Yeah,
Don't
sorry,
worry.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, it's all right. Have you got any more film news?
No, that's
No,
just
we're
about me.
we're all out. Okay, well,
That's just about you.
That's
Carry
just
on.
it's just about
What else is
you.
going on
Why
with
is
you, Dill?
everything just about me?
You want to tell us a bit about yourself? No, I'm okay.
Well.
Just hijack everything.
No, let's go straight into the film. So yeah, we've talked about this before the podcast, but no, we're gonna go straight into spoiler territory for this film because based on the trailers that we've seen, there's not really that much that we can talk about without giving away anything. So does anybody want to insert the klaxon?
Dill?
Oh, I always love the klaxon, yeah.
Just did it.
Just hit
There
it.
we go.
That's the top klaxon.
I need a soundboard.
No
We
one
need to do it
klaxons
in
like
here.
I
Okay, so we're talking about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, set 3 years after the first one, which I don't like it when films do that. It just dates it really badly.
Why?
Anyway, that's just, I don't know. Sometimes I like to think, if you watch a film, this is completely off topic, but if you watch a film and it's timeless because it's not,
They don't really mention it.
yeah, it's just like a story in some time.
Yeah,
Like
but
A
then...
Quiet Place. I prefer that. Like, you just know at some point in the future or some kind of
But it says
similar
day
timeline.
certain things,
Does
so
it?
yeah.
It says
Yeah, but then
day
you don't know when it
300%, but you
happened.
don't know what year, or you don't know.
Yeah, but there's films where you're like, well, how far into the future from the last one has this happened? Like, I feel like if they didn't mention it, they'd be like, well, what's happened since then? At least you know there's a certain amount of time between where they've both moved on.
I
But,
think that's like a
yeah.
blockbuster sequel thing. Like, you have to make a timeline, like you said, just to keep
Yeah.
things simple. Whereas
Yeah.
like Shape of Water, that's like one of those where you can't place it. It's like deliberately set in a kind of in between world. And
Yeah.
I think that kind of works nicer in the individual film, like we were talking about.
But I love that film.
Okay, yeah, so we'll go into the film and what we thought about it. Does anybody want to start us off?
We'll let Dill with all the positives that he's got.
Oh, yeah, so we know you don't like it that much, so we've got a bit of a contrasting bit of opinions here. We were all against Hereditary last week.
Yeah, it's nice to work together as a team, but I think it can be interesting.
Well,
To
I
go
get-
against each other,
I
yeah.
get like defensive and like competitive as well, so I start to get like my eyebrows raised, and that's always just entertaining.
So let's start off with the negative.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the way I kind of summed it up to you guys after we went out straight away was just saying that I think it would have been a really good film if it had just been the landscape shots and the dinosaurs and like a human had never appeared on screen. Because anytime there was a person on, I was like, all right, that was just kind of... And the thing is as well, I also want to kind of set a proviso that this is... I know this isn't aimed at me in the way I think watching films. It's kind of like if you're a 10-year-old kid who kind of isn't too bright, I think you could watch this and think it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I just thought, like, you know, the way the relationships between the people, the characters, the way things went down, just to me seems so kind of illogical and unsatisfying, and just you could feel all the beats coming as well. Like, do you know, like, again, we are more like established film viewers, but when it'd be like, oh well, you've just fed me that bit of extraneous information, so
Yeah.
I already know how that's going to come back because it's way too blatantly told to me. Or like, that guy's being super friendly, guess he's a villain.
Yeah.
So like, just for one
Yeah.
example of that, like, do you know when the guy said there's a red, like the red concentration of there's dinosaurs all over by the boats, and they were like, oh, how did you round them up so easily? And he was just like, oh, the big herbivores are already easy to catch.
Yeah.
And he said it in a really flippant way, and it was
Yeah.
so blatant, like, all right, well, you're a bad guy and you've done some bad stuff to get them.
Yeah.
And why are you people walking into this, like, you're meant to be some kind of ex-marine animal, like some kind of genius tracker dude, and you can't work out when you're being crossed by an absolute moron.
Yeah.
No, I picked that up too. As soon as you saw it, you're just like, oh, well, he's a bit of a wrong un, isn't he?
Yeah.
But rather than just me, because I've got more, but I'll spread it out throughout the show rather than just being a twat about it.
Okay.
So, yeah, what did you think of it?
Do you want to go first?
No, I'll talk about it once we've said about what the film's
Right,
roughly
okay.
about.
Well, I really enjoyed it. I think, like, because we've had a lot of a debate about trailers and stuff and how they kind of ruin the film for you because you know what's happening and blah, blah, blah. But because this, and like I said, I've gone on record saying that it's a bad trailer because you only got like a certain amount of stuff in that trailer and that was it, and it was just the same stuff over and over again. But now watching the film, I really enjoyed that because the film went somewhere I completely did not expect it to go at all. I enjoyed the ride up until that point. I thought it went very fast to get to that point. Like, it was very fast paced until the bit where yeah, we're going to spoilers anyway. You know the bit where the trailer's focused on, sorry, and it's them running away and the ash is coming down,
Yeah.
and they jump into the water.
Yeah.
I thought that part, the film up until that point went very, very fast, and then after that it kind of slowed down a bit because you're like, oh, this is where this story is going, because I felt like
It felt like more of a culmination for me from watching the trailer.
yeah, because I thought that was going to happen much later rather than
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that part. I really enjoyed the idea of where science was going within it as well. Just like with the crossing of species and then like the cloning thing, which which I don't know if they're rumored to go into like human dinosaur cross like combinations in the
geez.
future.
At that point,
For the love
oh
of
my
God.
god.
Well, that's
Science,
what
by
was
the way, is
heavily
complete
rumored by that
garbage.
point. Oh yeah,
Garbage.
no.
I mean,
But-
you were fairly annoyed just to go in and watch this film. When we mentioned we were watching it, you're like, oh,
For
balls,
weeks I've
yeah,
been
we're
like,
doing
sod
that.
that. And then I
Yeah.
thought we were going because we'd get unlimited nachos, so I was like, I'll just nosh away, and then, oh, sorry. Definitely could have picked a better phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's move on. I don't think I can. Matt, take over.
But yeah, going back to the bits I liked. I just kind of liked the dilemma that they had. I loved the creature. I thought it was very interesting. I loved the way it looked. But the cinematography in this, for such a heavily CGI'd film, I thought it was really, really nice to look at. And I thought it was a good score as well. I think it was Michael Giacchini, I don't know how you say it. I'm pretty sure he did like
Giacchini.
Spider-Man and a couple of other things.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a pretty standard like Jurassic World, Jurassic Park film.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my take on it really.
hmm
So, what do you want to go into a little bit more than stuff, like with the story and stuff?
Oh, fine. I won't say what I liked about it. Screw you.
No, you said that you were going to talk more
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
I don't really know how to explain it through.
The storyline. or do
Yeah,
you-
because I, for the life of me, can't even think what the characters are called. This is how, like,
Yeah.
disinterested I am
Owen
with the actual
Clare.
characters.
So it's 3 years on. The island's now a volcano. It was dormant. For some reason, we decided to never mention that before. It's now, and pick that island. But
Yeah,
now
God,
it's
imagine if the continuation of Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World, and like the theme park was still successful and blah blah blah, and everyone was just like, oh shit, a volcano.
Yeah. Well, it's dormant. Congress decide that I'll kind of summarize it quickly.
Yeah.
Just to make the point that I was paying attention. I'm not just
Yeah.
showing it for no reason.
No, go on.
No, yeah, it was dormant. Congress said they couldn't help the animals. They're a risk. That's where Jeff Goldblum had his 4 minutes on screen. Kind of as a congressional hearing looked like, something like that. So they were not going to go help it. But then Claire gets a call out of the blue. She's working for a company, like a kind of group to try and save him, by the original Jurassic Park people, who I presume is like, oh cool, look, they're back. But I didn't get that because I didn't see the originals. They say we need you and Owen specifically to get Blue, because for some reason we've now realised Blue's incredibly intelligent and useful. So they go back to the island, meet up with a bunch of like military people who are trying to track the animals down. They find Blue, they get double crossed by the military people. Then they kind of find their way back to they make their way back off the island, which gets blown up with the most tragic, like the only affecting scene of the whole film, which we'll get into. They get back. It turns out they're pretending to be nice guy who was dealing with the estate of the Mr. Holland or whoever who started the plan, the fucking Jurassic Park. Yeah, that guy's actually getting them back here to sell to criminals and stuff and to weaponize them, and they try and stop with his weird Hitler auction thing that he was doing.
Yeah.
That's about the film, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So go on.
Well, I liked it. No, the points that I did like about it, like you said, some of the scenery, the actual dinosaurs were so beautiful. Like, I know you're not really supposed to like them at certain points, but some of like the little roars and stuff, and I was like, oh.
Back my head off anytime.
I think at the start I wasn't too keen on it because I don't think the acting was that great at the start. Like, it definitely picked up towards the end. There's one part that annoyed me, and throughout the entire, like, 2 hours of watching the film, I sat there like, remember it. She got a phone call from someone, Claire, right at the start in the office, asked whether it was her, and she was like, yeah, this is her. And she went, okay, I'll put you on hold. And I was like, you can't ring someone and then put them on hold. That's stupid.
Like,
and that annoyed me for the entire 2 hours. And I was like, don't ring someone and then put them on hold. Have someone ready to speak to her. It really annoyed me. But then after that, and after crying when the dinosaur got left behind, I was actually really into it. The same with the acting. The scoring for the first half of the film I didn't think really worked, because it was like suddenly dramatic and just sort of followed them around, but not in a good way like Hereditary was.
Yeah.
And then towards the end it sort of built up, and I found myself a lot more tense during certain bits. I was like, oh, someone's going to die. Though I did call that the man was going to die, the old man. He was going to get killed. Soon as he came in, like, I knew he was dying, but I was like, getting killed off. And the little girl pressed a button, because that's what I nudged she. I was like, it's her. She did it. And it just seemed way too obvious, like you said, about characters being predictable. You know who's going to turn on who. It wasn't a case of, oh shit, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Which is such a shame.
The clone, the girl being a clone,
that
that's
was
the only thing that caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
But then that's still just like,
yeah.
Like, we could have done that in 1991. Literally.
Yeah.
Like, we did it with it's the same thing, but it's okay.
And the main thing I think that ruined it all, and we all sighed at the end, is just saying about being a Jurassic World, and I was just like, right, done, let's walk out, let's leave.
Yeah.
It's a bit naive as well to expect that they would just be able to freely roam.
Yeah.
Like, with the technology and stuff nowadays, those guys would be locked up quicker than you could. And like, especially like, we're just gonna be like, we're going to be cool with mixing as a society when there's literally a goddamn... It's Godzilla. And you're just letting Godzilla wander around destroying towns. Like, we're not just going to let the dinosaurs wander about.
I know, yeah. That's the only bit where you just kind of like... Well, I suppose it's not for you.
Yeah,
but for me, I was just kind of looking at that bit, and it's like... there's only so much disbelief I can kind of put to one side. Like, him surviving that fall and then getting them out of the ball. Yeah, okay. You know, when they jump off the cliff. But to say that then the dinosaurs, which there weren't that many, so there wasn't that many for them to catch up with. There was like 20 animals, if that.
He pried open, by the way, this kind of literally airproof thing. He used a knife and he was just like, ooh, so much leverage.
Also,
no, that would never happen.
Considering like they also spent the last film like a dinosaur picked it up with its mouth and it still didn't really do anything.
Him with a knife. But I can see that people are going to say, oh, well, they shot bullets into it, so that's not how it works.
No.
Also, it doesn't
Bad
work that well
science people.
underwater either.
Yeah.
But so at the end, I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And then also with the words Jurassic World in there, I was like, but I think I can forgive all that stuff. Just simply, I just want to talk about some of the shots, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Before we
Yeah,
get
go
into
for it.
more points, because there were some that I specifically noted down. Do you want to get the sad one out of the way?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like
I couldn't be. I don't matter how good a film is. If I'd have seen that scene with an animal like that I couldn't enjoy. I couldn't have a happy moment after watching that scene in anything.
Yeah.
It was just a bit too much.
Also, like if you're listening and you didn't feel heartbroken at the dinosaur being left behind,
Lock yourself away. You're not safe to be in society.
yeah, no, it was funny though because we were all secretly sort of heartbroken at that point. Then after the film, you asked us like, "Were you not heartbroken?" But me and Dale were just like, "Yeah, we were gone."
I think it's the same thing. The only film we've done that with before all of us was Coco, and I wasn't aware that you guys were upset until afterwards, and we were like, "Yeah, almost like shed a tear."
None of us could hear the other people like crying because all we could hear was crying ourselves. I was so focused on myself and trying not to lose it that I just didn't notice.
I felt my chin going for this, and I was like, hold it together, and I just looked at you and a tear went down, you smirking at me. I was like, don't laugh at me, it's so sad.
So I'll go more into like the shots, which I think for me the reason why they're so impressive is because it's very kind of basic mise en scène with like your lighting and your shadows and like using the color palette and the actual screen to portray monsters.
Yeah.
So when the lighting is done on a CGI character and it looks so good, that's just like an extra level for me. So it's like the bit in the tunnel and you can see the molten lava coming.
Yeah.
You can just see the silhouette of this monster
It's
coming. Well,
amazing.
I know it's a dinosaur. I'm just like, but it looks like a monster.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I can't remember the Indoraptor. That's what it was called. The main dinosaur at the end. Him or her. Yeah, whatever you.
They tended to call them she's, didn't they? The dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Standard animal thing.
I'm just gonna call it on the roof with the moon in the background as well.
Yeah.
Going right back to the beginning. I also really like the horror beats in this. Like it wasn't horror, but the tension that they built.
Yeah.
So it was like the shadows and stuff of the mosasaur in the water, and then all the people in the helicopter can see like the shadow coming from behind the trees, and you can only see it when certain lightning hits. Thought that was really good. You said about the reflection of the dinosaur in the window.
Yeah.
Which again, all these are CGI dinosaurs,
really
so it's like when it looks so seamless like that, it is amazing. So
It'd be a great blue planet if you just cut
Oh,
out the
yeah.
humans. That's what I thought.
yeah.
100%.
Last one I'll comment on is just that whole scene with her hiding in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And the way that, just how intelligent it is, and it opens the door, and then you can see the
That
shadows
pissed
of
me
it
off
open
so
the
much,
door.
by the
Oh,
way,
why?
Because it's
Open the door.
absolutely unfeasible that it would be capable of doing that. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are, it won't be able to recognize a door handle because it'd never seen a door handle. Like, just the fact that, like, it doesn't matter how smart you make a dinosaur, it's not going to be able to learn responses like that quickly.
Yeah.
You'd have
Yeah,
to
no,
see
that's
if
fair
you,
enough.
like, just annoy
Yeah,
you.
if anything, it would want to just bash
why would
through
it
it.
want to?
Why,
Yeah.
why
Is
would
it
you want to creep in? That's not...
Why does it think it needs to sneak up on an 8-year-old girl?
Yeah.
You're a goddamn dinosaur
Yeah.
in the building.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That's a good point. But I still really liked it. So,
Yeah.
just because I love the shadows with it as well. So
There was some really nice shots in there. I'll definitely give it that.
is there any other shots people can notice? But because they're
No,
the only
I-
ones that are rocking in my mind right now. So which
No,
is
yeah.
annoying because we just saw it.
They're the main ones.
Just even the
you.
location though, like even the location where his cabin was.
Yeah.
There was a really nice shot down into the cabin, the building where the old guy lived, obviously. Like, I just really liked the kind of location shooting and the way it kind of took those scenery in. So yeah, I like that side of it. It's a good sign for the director.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote it can jump off a
Yeah,
wall.
because it was supposed to be Colin
Off a
Trevorrow.
wall. Stupid.
I don't hate that much.
Yeah,
I don't
just
jump
a
off
wall.
cliff, just a wall. Just maybe like a broken leg.
Was there a reason why Colin Trevorrow got kicked off?
He did. He was on it. He was credited as a co-writer.
And a producer as well, but like he was supposed to direct it and he didn't. So I
Oh, I'm not sure.
yeah.
I'm happy with this guy.
Yeah, whoever it was, I can't remember his name. Or was it her? He?
What did you guys
I don't
think of Owen and Claire getting together? What do you think of those two as a relationship.
I mean, we've seen it once, and then I don't get why they have to do the same story.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
predictable. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's just something where right at the start you see it happening. There was like a funny moment when they fell asleep and she had the hand on his chest, and then he
Yeah.
pretended to be asleep afterwards. But other than that, it's just you don't need it in there. You don't need them to be in a relationship or to get together. It's just
It's such a standard indicator of a crap film to me, where it's like, all right, so what does a completely incompatible couple need to get together? And it's like an incredibly horrible crisis, which obviously puts all people together because you
Yeah.
get bonded by that, and then also like and totally unexpected adoption. When
Oh,
you're not,
yeah.
like, how is
Yeah.
that cool? Like, all right, we barely get along as people. We haven't seen each other in 3 years, but hey, kid, let's raise you together. And why is that kid so immediately trusted? Like, they basically make the kid a dinosaur. Did you notice that? Like, even the way they shot the little girl in
Yeah.
relation to him, she's just blue. Like, but with no relationship build. Like, apparently, I get that Owen might have, like, a soothing vibe to her, but A, she's going to go to the woman who she's seen first.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's ludicrous to go to the unfamiliar man.
yeah. The fact that she just went down and like hugged him initially was the most ridiculous thing
Yeah.
because
You would go to the woman, everybody would, that's just natural.
Yeah.
And then as well, you've seen her before, so there's that as well.
there is a thing still talking about the little girl, and this is where on the way up, like we were joking about you being a little bit hypocritical on something, and
Oh,
it's to
go
do
on.
with the little
Oh,
girl.
okay.
This is going off now.
So, I mean, you could have a good reason for it. I was just wondering. Right at the end, there's like all the dinosaurs are getting, well, not smoked out, but they don't have air to survive, and
Yeah.
they're ultimately gonna die. And there's a red button, and Claire decides not to press it, but the little girl does, and she said that she's one of them. And you were like a stupid bitch, and I
I
heard
definitely
it.
didn't say that. but
Yeah,
go
well,
on.
not stupid. You muttered something. You were annoyed.
Because I was annoyed about that. Go on.
Were you annoyed about
I
her?
was annoyed about the film, the way it played out.
Oh,
But
okay.
Obviously, it's using her, so it's
Yeah,
technically it's
I thought you were annoyed at her, and I was like, obviously she's just a kid. She's just found out that she's a clone.
yeah. So
And,
what is the equivalent?
Panicking. When we were talking about the quiet place and the little girl annoyed me and that, and you were like, well, she's young, she's going to react that way, she's scared and stuff. And I was wondering if you thought it was the same, or whether you thought the little girl was stupid in this for pressing the button.
Well, the Quiet Place as well, it's different because, do you know, like they say the thing with war and those kind of situations, it's a lot of monotony and then sudden burst of kind of panic and action.
Yeah.
Like with her, nothing had happened. I presume nothing had happened for months because they were living that way.
Yeah.
So, you know, you let your defense to get down. So I think it's partly that as well. And plus, she's probably never really seen it up close. Whereas with this, I was more annoyed with the way they did that in the film, to put the responsibility on the girl, and then also just to propagate that message that the thing to do there was to let them all like get through. Like in reality, human beings aren't capable of being trusted with the power that you'd have with being able to.
Yeah.
Like that was the message of the whole film, is that human beings crap up everything we touch. Like, we destroy the planet, we destroy it, don't give us any power. And I liked that message.
Yeah.
And then they just undermined the whole thing by like, oh look, sweet little girl. Like
Yeah,
the
button.
button.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just like her.
because
Like,
I
that
thought they were
annoyed
going to
me.
have the balls to just let them die. And I was
That's-
like,
Yeah,
okay, that's
That's
fair
the
enough.
message that's right in that situation, is that we cannot be trusted as
Yeah.
a species.
But now that they've done that, that's obviously just a plain thing to open it up to the third one, and then see how it goes from there. Which is, if they let them all die, I reckon they'd either move into the human cloning discussion of it, which wouldn't be Jurassic World, or they'd have to cut it off there. But people don't really like the idea of not allowing themselves to have a third or fourth or fifth film.
Yeah, well, yeah, no,
That whole
that's
ending.
the only problem with franchising and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
I reckon if it was like a solo film, or you know, like the kind of finish off something like that, they would have pulled the plug at that point, and it would have been more interesting. But
See, the second half for me made less and less sense because it was just plot holes and little things coming up every left, right, and centre. For one reason, why was there cyanide in there to mix with the hydrogen? There's no real reason to ever have cyanide. It doesn't have any valuable uses, so that didn't make any sense. Then the dinosaurs, by the way, do you know when they all got released into that room and they were trying to escape? They would have mauled each other. They would
Oh,
have
yeah.
absolutely destroyed each other.
Yeah.
So instead, they're all just like bonded by panic for some reason. Whereas instead, even human beings in that situation, we'd beat the
Turn
like,
against
we'd
each other,
go
yeah.
mental. So
Yeah,
that-
because they don't understand what's going on, so why would they initially just be like, oh, they're in the same boat as me, you'd just attack, like...
Also, is this a world without phones? Like, once
Yeah.
I can understand maybe when they're on the boat, like, they can't nick a phone from anywhere, but when they're in the house, like, he's got 44 bedrooms, I'm sure he owns a phone.
Yeah.
I'm sure the little girl has a mobile phone nowadays.
Yeah.
Just like that. What do
You
you
got that
think?
thing on contract.
Yeah. The cap as a disguise pissed me off so much. When Claire's just like, all right, so you're on a boat full of dudes and sailors. There's like a really good-looking red-headed woman.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I want to notice if she puts a cap on.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how people work. That's not how anybody works.
Plus, all the men on the boat just seem to disappear during certain parts.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like,
and then
now convenient. Now they'll do a search.
Now I'll
because,
patrol, yeah.
Yeah, that helps. But now we're not going to patrol now.
yeah,
Like,
and then
we'll
you
just-
don't hear him again.
We'll just leave the dinosaurs unattended
Yeah.
all night and let people do dinosaur surgery silently somehow.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I like the fact they addressed her. Do you know the high heel thing? Did you realize
Yeah,
they did it in the shot where they showed her boobs?
Yeah.
Like, that
I was
a
going to
nice
bring that
touch.
up, yeah. Though I just recently read up on that it was Bryce Dallas Howard who was particularly adamant about keeping the high heels for
Because she
some
felt
reason.
part of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So-
I understand. It didn't annoy me at all in the first
Yeah,
one.
no, I just
It made
noticed that
sense.
shot where it was
Yeah.
like her in shoes, and I was just like, okay, yeah, they're addressing that, okay.
What did you
Yeah.
guys think of the new characters, the side
I was just about to bring that up. They should have been in it more.
The vet and the IT guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
I quite liked
They
them.
were awful. That IT guy may have been one of the most
No.
disgustingly manipulative, terrible characters I've ever seen. It's like, okay, we'll put a nerdy character in. We'll make him make weird yelps. We'll make him uncomfortable with action. Like, it's a weird response, by the way. Do you notice how they, like, stigmatize it? So, like, he's being a bit cowardly by screaming when he sees a fucking T-Rex in his face.
Yeah.
So, like, that whole thing, that character just is so played out and cliched and ridiculous. And then it's like, oh, we'll get the kind of butchish girl in who, like, oh, she got the gun and she fought back, but then she just left that guy on the floor to die.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you can push a bit here and try and get him out of there at least.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, he woke up from dinosaur tranquilizers in less than 10 minutes. Like, what the hell's this dude made of? Is he suddenly Wolverine now? So,
yeah,
like,
that was a bit weird.
Which, to do with Chris Pratt?
yeah, do you know, like, he gets shot with dinosaur tranquilizers?
Oh, yeah.
and
No,
then
I
he
didn't
wakes
like
up.
that molten lava scene. I just thought that was a extra little bit to make...
Awful. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
No, that
And
was
even
weak.
I can say that the movements and stuff, but the way that he did it just seemed more like laughable at it rather than taking it seriously and like, oh shit, you better move. It was
Yeah.
like, what is this here for?
Did
Why
you-
is this a thing?
Did you notice the way he moved in general? Because this is another thing that annoys me while I'm on a roll. Is that, do you know, whenever like in bad films they want to show like trackers or scouts or like people who are good with nature and stuff, they have them walk by like crouching a little bit and then they cross their feet over.
Yeah.
If you think about it, crossing your feet over is like the worst possible thing to do. One thing, you're a lot less unstable. Then like you've got no balance in the middle of it. Like it just doesn't. And if you watch anything like anybody military trained like he's meant to be, you just don't cross your feet over like that. It's just not the right way to move. It doesn't make
Yeah.
you any quieter because you're kind of unbalanced half the time. So just like I get that he's kind of playing a character and he's trying to play the kind of semi-cool thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then and then as well, he is ridiculously callous about Blue. Like
Yeah.
when you see the bond with him in the video, like I thought that was really sweet. I loved baby dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, you know, it's like literally like a pet or a child to him. And then it was suddenly she's like, do you want to go back and get me? He's just like, nah, good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that annoys
that's a
me.
film cliche where it's like they have to show the gruff side. But then it's just, I think it's just a guy tactic with girls where it's like, play it kind of the worst to start with, and then that way
Yeah.
you're a hero when you come back and do the other
Yeah.
thing. So it's just an irritating thing to me. Like, this is standard franchise movie stuff, and it's not. Most people don't get annoyed by it, so I know
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the minority here by shitting on all of it. But it's just, as you know, you want things to be a bit more aspirational, and I still think they could have done something a bit more interesting with the characters.
Yeah, I think there was a point with Blue as well, right at the end. And he was just like, come with us. And I was like, eh? How do you ever feel like that would
Where are
work?
you going to fit?
Like, how do you
And then
think,
they
as
both
well
look
as
at the cage.
adopting? Yeah, I know, yeah. And it just, like, looked at the cage and was like, fuck this. And then did, like, a little scream and ran off, which I thought was funny.
The next film is like those two, Blue and the girl living on like his cabin together,
Yeah.
like happy fucking life. They eat like deer and stuff. I didn't even really know what was going to happen.
That's what I mean. I was like, oh, yeah, so you think that adopting a child's going to be easy, and now you want to bring, like, a dinosaur and so, like, fair enough, it responds to you, but it's not really that trustworthy. It's not going to go and snap something else off, or, you know.
It sets weird expectations for people, I think, especially when you're a kid and you watch it and you're like, all right, so if anything traumatic happens, at least I'll get a soulmate out of
Yeah.
it. Or like, that's the person who really understands me because we both go to that crap together.
I genuinely thought you were going to say, at least I get a dinosaur out of this.
I'd take a dinosaur for all kinds of trauma. Oh, those dinosaurs were great.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs and landscapes. that would be the film for this. But the rest of it was just really annoying. But go on then.
Fair enough.
Counter argument, because I've just been crapping on it consistently.
I don't know. I feel like the only reason why the characters are like that, maybe in your opinion, is just because they're not given enough time. I thought the guy's screams was a little bit like... I quite liked the way that he was reacting like that.
But just him overall, even the way like when he was like, you know, his dad made him go out because he needs to get a social life. The kind of... He tries to, like, the easy banter with the girl, but then like she's kind of leading him on the whole way.
Well,
like,
which is... I feel like if there was some sort of payoff and there was like maybe an extra scene or two with them doing something, that would have been more beneficial to add these characters in. But if you're going to add them in for literally like a couple of scenes and that's it, what's the point?
This is the same thing in the last one with Jake Johnson and Lauren Lapkus, who are both really good actors and really funny. And like, I would have happily watched... If they could have recast it with those two in the lead and sod off Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, I would have loved these films. Because there's just nothing that interesting to them.
Yeah.
Plus her wardrobe was weird. Like, what was with that weird white fleece thing?
Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
That really
either.
put me off at the start, and I was like, am I getting a bit weird here? Like, sort
Is
of
that when
really...
she's wearing like the long skirt with it?
Yeah,
sort
like she's going to the most important business meeting in her life, and she's like a lumpy skirt. Like,
yeah,
like
weird.
Amish skirt and like a lumpy jumper. That's what's going to get me.
Lumpy jumper.
That's what's going to do it for me.
I'm trying to think of any other counter argument stuff. Really,
I'm convincing.
No, I just can't remember what you said.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, no, I'm struggling self.
Yeah, no, I've covered all my notes. I've just deleted the ones that I've gone through.
I think you're better at seeing it at what it is like just kind of like it's a bit of a fun time, family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like let's not think too much and let's just wow at like look at the dinosaurs and dinosaur fighting and stuff.
Which, to be fair, when they were shot well and it was done well, yeah, wow, they had dinosaurs. You know.
It's just the scenes in between.
I don't think we're going to change his mind on this.
No, the only thing I would have liked in this film
would have been trying to convince you.
Because there's no arguments there. It's just rubbish.
Would have been more BD Wong, who's the actual scientist behind it.
We're both frozen. Like, what?
You just stopped and looked at me like, huh?
For a second I didn't get it was initials.
Yeah,
I was like,
I didn't.
That's a horrible name to give someone.
Because he was the kind of the mastermind behind everything, and then he was literally in just for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
plus, by the way, he's meant to be some ultra genius, but throughout the whole 2 films, he's just kind of getting overrun and then sneaking off with some science.
Yeah,
like,
which
failing sneak off with
if this
science.
is supposed to be some sort of 3-film character arc, I feel like they would have added more in. It just feels like they're it does feel like they're just kind of going along as they can.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, considering it's one of the biggest franchises, really, at least by iconic status.
Would you watch a third one?
Yeah, because I liked it.
Well, you're not making me.
So adamant.
I'd definitely watch a sequel. Like it was a good time. I enjoyed it, really. There's some plot point bits that I can kind of forgive, and there were some bits that I thought were much better than any of the other films.
Yeah.
Particularly the way that stuff was shot and the way that the tension was built because of the way it was shot.
That was a nice little roundup.
Yeah, that's probably the best we can round it off there. Should we put it through the
10?
Unless you want to shit on it before.
No, I've done my bit.
It's all right. We'll put it through the 10-star movie review. So this is the 10-star movie review where we put films through the ultimate test. For every question we vote yes, that film gets
1 star.
Hey, the ultimate question is...
The ultimate question?
Yeah.
Goal. The ultimate goal is
What's
10 questions. Oh, excuse me. As there are 3 of us, the majority vote wins. Though half stars are up for contention when necessary. And a small disclaimer, the ratings we give don't always match our enjoyment or experience of the film. This is just a rating system. Are you ready?
Yup.
Yeah.
Okay, so question number 1. Does the story make sense?
Yeah, it's pretty basic.
Yeah? Okay, so question number 2, did the script and the dialogue between the characters feel natural? No. The only problem with these kind of... No, it's not the only problem. But, that's a bit
so loud, man.
It's a little bit loud, but, we'll fix it. We'll fix it soon. But, like, films like this, there's specific scenes where dialogue is made to go into the next scene, and it's getting a bit old for me now. And I noticed it quite a lot right at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
Like, where they all arrive at the island, and the guy's like, oh, it's too hot. And then Chris Pratt's looking at the volcano, and it's like, it's about to get hotter. And then it's like the next scene. And then they're all getting into the tanks, and the guy's like, where are we going? And then it gets into the next scene. I'm just like,
Yeah. There's certain shots as well to end a scene to lead on to the other, and it's like her face and like a close up, and I was like, oh, okay. I remember turning to you and I was like mocking the face she was pulling. It was just such a like longing look, and then it just like straight away into where it led on to. I wasn't a fan.
okay.
So no star for that.
Sorry, I feel I went into that point too much. Question number 3. Did you believe that the world of the film existed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Like, just the way that the dinosaurs come off. Obviously, I don't, you're a bit of suspense of belief with the dinosaurs falling in, but the way that it kind of expands into selling off dinosaurs and, bad people coming in spending millions on them and stuff, and there's like a whole black market for them, which is an interesting sight. That's probably
the only time we think we all lose it is right at the end when they all just kind of wander off into the sunsets.
Yeah. And
they
apart
have to
from
do
that
to set up the sequel.
Yeah.
So that's probably what they realised.
Yeah. So, star for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So question number 4. Did you believe that the characters existed in the world of the film?
No.
See, I would say, yeah, obviously I'm getting outvoted here, but just because it's that style of film and they kind of fit within that, that's the only reason why I'm giving it.
So I think you're giving it credit for them fitting the mould of the characters, whereas to me it's like their characters are built from cliches that have to fit the mold of the film, and they don't have any real defining human characteristics.
Yeah.
Like, they're just a bit ticking some boxes. She's kind of, the bookish one who gets to be kind of the adventurer, and then, they all kind of, they're very routine progressions in character. So there just isn't anything that individual to me.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would still 100% agree with that. Question number 5. Did you get emotionally invested in the characters? Yes, that one dinosaur.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think that counts.
Can that carry the whole
no,
film?
I'm not giving it a star.
There was the one dinosaur, and I was kind of rooting for Blue the entire time. I was like, I hope it doesn't die.
But then, do we count Blue as a character?
No.
Blue, as the CGI, whoever did the CGI, I love those guys. They did well. They made me anytime I had any emotional reaction, it was CGI.
Yeah.
Just because of the dinosaurs, but none of the real characters now.
Yeah.
I like the granddaughter a bit, but again, she was very Route 1 character.
Yeah, I feel like she could have been a bit. Well, it's not her fault, obviously. It's the writers and the directors of it. But I feel like she could have been a bit because she showed that she was smart as well, and they could have shown that she had a little bit more initiative.
They could have had her, get involved in the actual final scene.
Yeah.
Do some of the stuff Bryce Dallas
instead of
Howard
just
did.
hiding in the bed. I feel like because the way that she was and kind of got into where the underground basement was, she could have had something to do at the end. But
just as a point on that though, there was a scene, I forgot to bring it up before, where she was crawling in the lab, and she definitely would have been seen on 3 occasions.
Yeah.
And
He
that
nearly
stressed
tripped
me
over
out.
her.
Yeah, I know. You'd see her legs twice, and then when she was in the shadow, you'd still see her in a peripheral, not a chance, just because she's in a bit of a shadow that you don't see her. So no star.
No.
Yeah, no star. Question number 6. Did you like the visual and audible elements of the film? 100%.
Yes.
That's
yes.
where it gets it for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Question number 7. Were you diegetically absorbed into the film?
No. Not by
Yeah, I
any
feel
means.
like I was, but just because of cinema. If it was anywhere else, I don't think it'd have my full
It's a
attention.
weird inconsistency with what we're doing now, because it's like half the films we do on Netflix, and it also helps some films, I think, to be like, I'm going to check my phone for a second and jump back in, and it gives you a bit of... Whereas in films like this, I might have enjoyed it more if I could have had a second to be like, all right, I'm going to check Twitter for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then jump back in.
Yeah.
Whereas, because I was trapped in the seat there, it made it worse. Whereas if it was on Netflix, I could have maybe just dealt with it a bit better and just be like, ooh, cool dinosaur.
Yeah, it's because the feeling of having to watch something and
So
you don't have a
benefits
choice.
it kind of works both ways.
Yeah.
So I think, I wouldn't give it, but you do. Welcome to
I'd
overall.
say half.
I'm
then.
giving it a full, but I'll compromise with the half star as you're on a 0.
Because there was points where I was tapping you and just being daft because I wasn't as fully into it. So I'd say
because
half.
you're daft, really.
Thanks.
Okay, so question number 8. Did the film have a good ending?
No.
I can't give it that.
No, not by any means.
No.
Poor Jurassic
It was
World.
close
know.
to, but then they would have had to give up the franchise. Like, if she'd have just not let them out and we'd have seen him all poisoned to
See,
death.
there could have been a much more, like, because at that point, if they had killed them all off, like, we've seen that this BD1 character has, Henry Wu, that's his character in the
Yeah.
film. We've seen that he's still got all the,
A briefcase with all the DNA samples.
yeah,
And the label
so it's not
conveniently,
like we couldn't have had the dinosaurs again.
but they would
because-
be controlled by evil guy.
Well, exactly. So that would have been imagine that, seeing that now
Mhm.
they're all trying to move on with their lives, and a dinosaur army is taking over because this guy wants to take over the world.
Yeah.
That already sounds much better than,
Yeah.
all these dinosaurs are now just living with people, because that just wouldn't happen.
They felt like they worked back from like Jurassic World. Oh, it'd be cool if like we literally intersperse as like with humans and dinosaurs, and then they worked back from that idea.
Yeah.
Rather than like it went in as like a natural story progression.
Yeah,
Quite
especially
a lot of it to me felt like that actually.
especially with that last line saying this is Jurassic World, and it's like
They
if that had been the film had been called that, then it's like, okay, well, I see what you're trying to do here, but because it's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom,
that's what it's called.
yeah, exactly. Like, you forgot about it, like most people would do. But anyway, sorry, I'm just going
No
off on a
star.
tangent there. So no star, no star. Question number 9: did you enjoy the film?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
How about
2-1.
yeah. Sorry.
Fine.
And
Guys'
question number 10: did the film have a personal impact on you?
No.
Excuse me, no.
No, I can't imagine it really with anybody. Although if it makes kids like dinosaurs, then I'm on board with that. I think
Yeah.
everyone loved dinosaurs when we were kids, and there might
Yeah.
be like a time where it dropped out of fashion a bit. But they are cool as shit, and I'm glad that people get to see them.
Well, that film got 4.5
I'm
stars.
surprised it got 4.5.
I tried my best.
Yeah,
That sums it up.
yeah,
think.
pretty standard franchise film,
Yeah.
and that's all there is to it. You like some of it.
It's a good one to watch with kids of a certain age. That's why
Yeah.
I think about it. Like if you've got a 9-10-year-old kid, I think they'll kind of might think it's really cool. But
Yeah.
I don't really expect much more from anybody who's that much into films.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really stack up compared to anything else either. We've got Hereditary last week at 2 stars. Wow. Which, to be honest, it's a bit annoying that this film for me is only 2.5 stars more than Hereditary, because that
Yeah.
was just utter dog shy.
Well, it's just a rating system, Matthew.
I still would say
Well, yeah.
Hereditary is a better film.
Eh?
Hereditary is a better film than this as a film. This is just like a series of tick boxes to make a franchise movie, whereas Hereditary is still like, it's a piece of filmmaking with a kind
It's
of
some kind of
with
piece.
with an intention, and like obviously it might not have stuck, but at least it was a bit more kind of interesting and out there, and clearly it's hitting with a lot of people, so we've got to accept that as well. Like it might not have hit with us, but it's got some kind of appeal as a critical piece of filmmaking. Whereas this, like, I don't think any critic's gonna go in and see this and be like, wow, that was the best. That's not even the best dinosaur film of the last year.
So do you think that you wasted 2 hours today more than you did when you watched Hereditary?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, as well,
wow.
because this was
Jesus.
basic as hell. Like, nobody's going to go into this and get surprised. Whereas with
Yeah.
Hereditary, like, I still could have, like, it could have been more kind of out there, and there was still, I appreciate the ambition.
Yeah.
Someone doing something different, and I'm glad that kind of like, for a newish director, writer
Yeah.
has got something that's popular. I think that's only good. Whereas I think the more and more of these films being made, it's not good for the film landscape.
Yeah.
Especially as they keep making money. Because tossers love them. No offense, guys.
What a good way to end the podcast.
Okay, you want to end it there?
Mic
Well, huh? Might drop. Well, thank you very much for listening to this episode of Tripod Talk. If you'd like to keep listening to us, you can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, any sort of podcast platform. If you subscribe to us, you can keep up to date with everything that we do. We'd appreciate that. So, do it that. That'd be good. Thank you. I've been Matt Lidster. I've been your host. Been joined by Miss Sophie Ellis.
See ya.
And Mr. Adil Anwar.
See
We
ya.
shall see you in the next episode. What are we talking about? I don't know.
Sicario.
We're talking about films and stuff. Oh, maybe Sicario.
Yeah.
Maybe something else.
We'll see.
We'll see. See ya.
Bye.
See ya. Sorry, wasn't paying attention.